You're watching Ride Like a Local with Belt Drive Betty. Welcome to Season 7 of Ride Like a Local. In this first episode, we start the season off as always at the January motorcycle shows, the 2019 versions.
I'm in the Old Timers Motocross booth, actually right across from the flat track racing booth here at the Edmonton Motorcycle Show, and I'm being joined by Chris. Chris, tell me a little bit about what you're doing here.
So we're here to help encourage family involvement in motorcycling, particularly in our area of it, but really just in motorcycling in general is great. I think there's a big misconception of how dangerous it is, and that scares a lot of families away, and they don't realize how great or how close it can make families and give them more time together and have something really exhilarating in common.
Absolutely. Now, flat track racing is one of those sports that was huge back in the 50s. Late 40s, early 50s, and it's made a pretty big resurgence. Why?
I think probably a little bit to do with nostalgia, and people that were doing it then or loved it when they were kids are in a position and they want to try it, and everyone likes at least a little bit of adrenaline.
Yeah.
And competition is awesome. Everyone loves the feeling of achieving something. And so that happens, and we see that in motocross too, and it's really at the end of the day all about getting out and doing something.
Getting out and doing something is really key in this world. It seems like a lot of people are so tied to their electronic devices that they've forgotten how to go outside.
Yeah, absolutely. They forget how to go outside. They forget how to do things. They forget how to talk to people, have friends, have relationships, and they lose a lot of life lessons and life skills.
Yes, they sadly do. So let's talk a little bit about the Honda Extreme School and a little bit about the Junior Red Riders program and the flat track racing, just to give people a bit of an idea of what they could expect if they were to actually come out to one of your events or maybe join an association.
So the Junior Red Riders thing is a program that's always put on by Honda Canada, and they always have a great setup with great instructors and bikes that really teach people or help people know what the fundamentals and the basics of riding motorcycles is. And then you can take that and you start applying it and practicing and getting better and better. You join clubs like ours, and you come out and you meet a whole array of new friends, and those friends quickly become family. One of the common terms around the club is I miss my moto family in the wintertime. So, there's that aspect of it. And everybody in our club always helps everybody. We're all friends in the pits. We get on the track. It's dirt bike racing time, but we all have everyone's best interests at heart, and it's great. And then the motocross school from Honda Extreme is put on and taught by a lot of our members who grew up racing motocross and just love the sport and the people and do what they can to give back and contribute.
And that's what it's all about, is learning how to be part of something that's bigger than yourself. When you're part of something that's bigger than you, all of a sudden the whole world seems to open up.
Yeah, absolutely. Great things start to happen. Personal growth is incredible, and opportunities open up that people might not have ever realized happened or existed.
Exactly. So, flat track racing. If you're looking at getting the kidlets involved, the Red Riders program for the younger ones. If you want to take your sport to the next level, the Honda Extreme team, they can do a lot of training with you. And then if you just want to have some good old-fashioned fun and let your hair down, flat track racing. They're all over Canada. They've got schools everywhere. Flat track is the new rage.
Flat track and motocross is where it's at.
There you go. Thanks.
RiderFriendly.com combines a social business directory with content marketing. Create coupons, special offers, and events, and let us promote them for you. RiderFriendly.com, helping riders find rider-friendly businesses. Hafford, Saskatchewan, Canada's most rider-friendly community from the 2018 riding season. Located between North Battleford and Prince Albert and not far from Saskatoon, it's the perfect day ride destination. With welcoming folks and great small businesses, Hafford has everything you could need while out for a motorcycle ride. Hafford, Saskatchewan, Canada's most rider-friendly community, 2018.
I'm being joined right now by Dee from Harley Davidson of Edmonton, one of our rider-friendly businesses. Dee, what's it like working the show this year?
Oh, it's awesome working the show this year. Like every year, it's like a huge reunion with everybody that I've met over the years. And Harley Davidson every year always surprises us with something really cool and something really new in their booth. I've had a chance to check out the rest of the show so far. It's nice. It's spread out. There's a lot to see. Our booth is so different now. It's like Jenga. There's foosball. There's all sorts of things going on here. All the new models that came out in 2019 and well manned for everybody.
Well, and you guys, you were showing me the booth where you could go and choose what kind of bike you ride, and then you could hear what the exhaust sounds like stock, and then hear what it sounds like with the Screamin' Eagle pipes on it instead. Frick, was that cool?
Yeah, that's right. Like most people think a Harley sounds like a hog right off the showroom floor. Not always. They have laws and EPA rules to follow. So there is a stage 1 that you can get that gives you that Harley sound and that Harley performance that everybody's looking for. And you can come down to the show and you can hear it right here.
Yeah, and you know, when you've got parked motorcycle syndrome really bad, because January is really bad for me, it's nice to be able to go hear motorcycles.
It's nice to hear it and not kill yourself with carbon monoxide poisoning in your house.
Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? So Dee, what is your favorite model for 2019 out there?
For 2019 models, I'm partial to the Heritage. It's still got that classic look, but it's got the new monoshock suspension. It's got all sorts of different changes to it, but it's still the Heritage. And the Heritage is great.
Yeah, and you always were a classical kind of gal,
Yeah,
so.
that's right.
Right on. Well, when we come back, we're going to visit with one of the other Harley dealers. We're going to talk to Clint from Edge Harley Davidson in Canada's most rider-friendly community, Lloydminster, Alberta, Saskatchewan. I'm being joined right now by Clint Rabb from Edge Harley Davidson in Lloydminster, and depending on, you know, it's Alberta, Saskatchewan, Canada's most rider-friendly community from the 2017 riding season. So tell me, Clint, how's the show so far for you?
Well, it actually started off really good. There was a lot of interest, and I'm not sure what type of a year it's going to be, but we're hoping it's going to be good. There's a bit of optimism, and I'm thinking that as we go into the spring, you know, hopefully with the election, I guess we're going to wait to see what happens there. We could have the start of a good cycle coming back around.
Yes, we definitely could. And speaking of good cycles, there's lots of great cycles right behind us. Let's talk about some of those 2019 models. What's your favorite one this year so far?
Well, I mean, for me, I'm always a Road Glide guy. So when I see the new Road Glides and they got the 114 cubic inch in them, and and probably one of the biggest changes is that new navigation screen, which is probably about 4 times faster than the last version. You know, the other one was probably, you know, there was probably a few issues with it on speed and trying to find locations. And this one, you can, whether you have your gloves on or not, you can actually pinch in the destination or expand it on navigation screen. And there's some more motor motor parameters you can look at. It's actually really impressive. It really, between the new motors, the new frames, the new, this new software, and it's very impressive. I'm really happy to be selling Harleys this year, I'll tell you.
Geez, you're making me feel like it's time to trade Doc in. That 2010 of mine almost feels ancient. Listen, 114-inch coming stock with a bike?
Well, for the Street Glide Specials it does, for your Road Glide Ultras and your Ultra Limiteds it does. The 107 is still your base motor, but half of the stuff is running the 114s, and it's a really impressive unit. We can easily upgrade it to 114, or to 114 to 117. And with that being said, if you do have a 107 now, we can easily upgrade that to a 114 or more.
What can you do for my 96-inch?
Well, for you, we can do lots of stuff. I just need to get you into the showroom there.
And hubby's credit card. Better not let him see this episode. So, any big rides planned for you this year? Anything that you're going to engage with your riding community? Because, man, you guys got a strong hog chapter up there.
Well, I mean, it's still a little early. We're looking at probably getting back into a bit of the racing. We did one last year, So this year we're probably going to try to hit 2, 3, maybe 4 of the CMDRA races with our Pro Gas Harley, and maybe even campaign the Destroyer. And then at the same time, we're going to try to do a few rides. There's some talk of going down to Sturgis as a group, and there's some talk about doing a few other things, but we'll see. But like I said, it's still a little early. We're kind of in the beginning stages of what we're gonna do.
When we come back, more of the Edmonton Motorcycle Show.
Lacombe, Alberta, runner-up community in Canada's most rider-friendly community contest. Situated just off Highway 2, the city of Lacombe provides access to hundreds of kilometers of secondary highway riding, making it a natural stop when touring through central Alberta. From June to August, Wednesdays are filled with music, food, and fun at the Lacombe Memorial Centre for Music in the Park. Lacombe, Alberta, in the heart of it all. Where commerce and community meet. The staff at Community Futures, Grand Prairie and Region love helping entrepreneurs, young and old, succeed in their goals. What can we do to help you reach yours? Well, that's our time for this week, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. Next episode, we're back at the Edmonton Motorcycle Show 2019 to talk to Shane Baker from Baker Boys, Liz Jansen, and a few more great folks.